What is going on? I am back. This is a market recap for Monday, March 3rd. Obviously, a big day. We saw a little bit of continuation from this bounce that we had, but as I was saying, this is just a bounce. It was just a bounce. The longer term timeframes, 4 hour, did not get an official trend change on the S&P 500. And we saw matching volume come back down. So what is that telling me? From this candle, and this type of volume, we are seeing sustained volume. We are seeing sustained sell pressure. Looks like we just wicked off the 50 moving average on the way back up and then slam back down. We did at the end of the day see a lot of volume though coming back in the last hour, the last maybe half an hour, sorry. So we'll see if that maybe shorts covering at the end of the day, but yeah, we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. Just the way this played out is kind of telling that there could be more consolidation to come. And I am interested in a potential play off this zone. We have a tiny gap here between the 575.35 and 574.81 between these two levels. There is a tiny gap that was left behind. We'll see if we come down here and we hold this gap, or we just fill this gap and then head back up. And we've also got the 200 moving average underneath, which is another level. I would definitely be playing off of the 200 and this support right here, which is, we're still looking for another monthly higher low, and that would also come to the 12 moving average on the monthly. So that's got a lot of confluence. And I feel like it's very likely that we do make at least attempt to hit the 200 moving average. See, the last time was we didn't even make it down, but August 2024, the last time we really saw the 200 moving average was in October 2023. And then we kind of lost it here in 2022 in that tiny bear market in 2022. But yeah, that is the feeling I have, is that we're going to make an attempt to either close this gap or hit the 200 moving average, see how that goes. And we need to watch this volume. Like, we need to see decreasing volume as it consolidates more. Barring any news. This is barring any news. This is just kind of my thoughts. And like I said, whenever this does, if we can hold here, this level, then we would just be looking at a head and shoulders on the weekly. So that's a yes. The Nasdaq is at its 200 moving average right now, so it is a little bit weaker comparatively than the S&P 500. We just wicked right above it. I was seeing if this possible downtrend line here, but Nasdaq has been leading the way down still. We've got semiconductors to blame partially for that. They are the weakest. The Dow, a big outside candle. Actually, we're seeing so much misdirection on the Dow. This is a broadening wedge in its nastiest. Just so nasty, faking everyone out both ways. Look at that, just a broadening wedge. And we wicked below this like an overthrow, but we'll see if this actually holds and we do end up hitting this upper trend line again. We'll need more data to figure that out. We need to change the hourly trend. We did get hourly oversold on all the we just hit hourly oversold on all the indices. Russell is the weakest, obviously. And the Russell is still very much seeking a monthly higher low. It's got a bit of room until 1,992 on IWM itself. IWM. Let's see what that is. IWM is 195.45. So SMH, yep, looking for its monthly higher low, but we've also we're starting to lose the 12 monthly average. We are hitting 4-hour oversold. We're getting close to daily oversold. I mean, this was the last time we hit daily oversold. We got a pretty decent bounce from it. So we'll see if these lines come back into play here, or these levels. Obviously, kind of looking that way with the increased volume and the price action. So Meta just in its 4-hour equilibrium. It made it just under the 0.5. I'm still giving this more credit to the bears until the bulls prove otherwise. We need to get back up over this level, which is 688.65. Otherwise, we are still pointing down for the bears. So now the onus is up to the bulls to start proving something, or we are bearish. And actually, I'll go back to SPY for that. Unless we hit above this level now. Now this is our new lower high, 597.34. We are bearish unless we can get back above that. It was 600 before. Now we are 597.34. We have set a daily lower high and lower low now. So Nvidia just broke this monthly support here. This has also been a weekly equilibrium. Trying to delete these. We lost this uptrend line. This could be looking at a potential monthly head and shoulders, which could be breaking. Wait, did that break above? Oh, that did break above. I guess a weekly head and shoulders. Anyways, yeah, this is just continuing the weekly downtrend now. We started it here. Now we have another lower high and another lower low. So we're still seeking a monthly higher low at this point. And we need to start changing 4-hour trends. First off, back to 4-hour oversold. We could see a bit more downside though still at this point. Maybe I'd be interested around 100. Yeah, I'd probably get interested around 100 for a potential bounce play. Tesla coming back, testing the 200 moving average. Just a daily bear flag at this point. Need to get over 309.41 to start giving a little bit of credit to the bulls, but that's nowhere in sight. We're just daily bear flagging, just like we did here. Back down. Palantir, we bear flag from this drop here. We bear flagged. We got a little bit of follow through, and then we got a bounce. We have a potential 4-hour inverse head and shoulders, but it really looks like this 12 moving average is just guiding us down. If I was to put money on this, I did try and play the bounce on Palantir. I took a small haircut, and I was fine with that because Palantir made me enough on the way up, and now we are at risk of, well, just continuing this 4-hour downtrend. And onus is on the bulls to prove anything at this point. Apple. So we're kind of back in this range bound area where we broke this, but now that's just kind of increased our boundary. And now here's our low. So we haven't clearly set the daily lower high yet. So Apple's a little bit stronger. It's right at the 50 moving average. And this is probably just people trying to keep money in a safe haven, reliable Apple, as things are dumping. So we didn't see much downside on Apple today. Oh, what am I looking at? But yeah, basically we're watching our hourly or 4 hour. See if we can change this 4 hour uptrend. So we haven't yet. Our hourly, we're trying to change this or keep this hourly uptrend. So yeah, we are in an hourly uptrend, but we kind of lost our support, and odds favor a lower high now on our hourly chart, and then we tighten up. IBM, now we're looking at this. This could be a potential head and shoulders. This could possibly be a weak shoulder. We need to see more follow through on this bounce on our right shoulder. This could very quickly just turn over, roll over, and become our right shoulder. So IBM is at risk of rolling over now. We did hit the 0.5, so the odds do favor a 4 hour higher low than this low here. But we have to change the 4 hour trend bullish, or that is not even in question. Since we haven't got past the 0.5, odds are favoring the bears at this time. Google, bullish engulfing. Oh, just about a bullish or bearish engulfing candle. Sorry, but yeah, this was just a quick bear flag right into a new low in the same candle. Very bearish on Google. It's been bearish since earnings. So we're starting to hit pretty extended on daily oversold, so I would be expecting a better bounce, but we don't know where that's going to be coming from yet. We're just looking. Odds do favor a higher low than 165 for a weekly bounce, but we need to see a 4 hour trend change to start having any confidence of that. Otherwise, we're at risk of falling to these lows. 148, possibly 150 area. So we need to hold 165.12 first, and then change the 4 hour trend. This 4 hour 12 moving average is just guiding us down very perfectly. So caution on that. Amazon, this 4 hour equilibrium broke bear, so bulls proving nothing, and we are continuing our 4 hour downtrend. Nothing changes until that happens. Got the 200 moving average right underneath us, and I did have a alert for when we hit this previous resistance to see if it comes as support as well with the. There was just a lot of confluence here between 200 psychological number, the 200 moving average, 201 previous resistance. There was a lot of confluence here. That's why I'm interested in Amazon for a potential bounce play. Overall, if the market's weaker, then I'll have less conviction for that. Baba, still holding its daily 12 EMA. So it's still in this equilibrium. Actually, kind of got a bounce there on the day. So we have this support here close by. Need to hold 128.44 essentially to keep this momentum going. AMD just always weak. That's why I've never liked this name, or I haven't liked this name in a long time. As soon as we continue this monthly downtrend, I completely just ignored this name and haven't cared for it since, and it's for rightfully so. So there's obviously something going on fundamentally with AMD that's different than Nvidia, different than AVGO, and the names that are bringing up the market. It's very clear. There's just there's a difference. So we're almost at weekly oversold for AMD. We're hitting daily oversold now. We are due for a bounce. We've got a double support right here at 93.12. I am interested in AMD for a bounce play. Maybe that bounce go to the 50 moving average. Maybe it just makes it to the 12 moving average. But We are getting pretty extended to the downside. I might be interested in a gap down open of AMD tomorrow, but I don't care for a long-term hold of AMD. And there's just so much resistance built up now that it's not an attractive stock. Visa, other hand, Visa is still a strong name. We had a bit of a indecision doji here, close to a doji candle, bit of a bearish lean. But I'm interested in 1 hour oversold. Visa's just been absolutely killing it. It's one of the all-time high names. Just watch the names that are making new all-time highs. That's all I have to say about that. Just those are the names that I have my alerts set for, and those are the ones I really care about. I will focus on those names before anything else because those names will be the first ones bought up when the bounce happens. RGTI, just dead. Bear flagged. 75, yeah. Just still trying to find a bottom. All we have is psychological supports now. $7, $6, and then $5.95 is our main support. And we have the 200 moving average coming up. Yeah, I might. I would probably definitely play a break of $6 if that support holds, or we break through and then right up. I would be interested there, but we're not looking good overall. Oh, but we also have earnings coming up in. Okay, that's going to dictate where we go, March or Wednesday. So that's going to be the important thing. We must be 4 hour oversold. Oh no, we're even cooling off on the 4 hour with divergence. Seeing lower lows with no follow through, or without putting lower lows on the RSI. So we're seeing bullish divergence on RGTI. Just overall not a great name. We are straight selling off every single day, starting to become a waterfall. But yeah, I can't play this name just being that close to earnings. Microsoft, bearish engulfing. Oh, no. Actually, we got a kind of a tweezer bottom at this time. So if that can hold, that would be great, and a defend of this level. Otherwise, we do have a giant head and shoulders on Microsoft. So caution on that. That is a monthly head and shoulders. A very clear monthly head and shoulders. So, yeah, this could easily push down quite a bit away from this support here. So we need this to hold. If we break below, we need to break or close above whatever or hold now. But we need to change this 4 hour trend back to the bulls. We're still seeing lower lows. But yeah, maybe that bullish divergence on the 4 hour might come in and help the bulls. SMCI, just terrible. Just approaching 4 hour oversold. Giving a lot of this move back. Let's see what we're at for this. Almost at the 0.786, losing the 50. We got all our moving averages above us. This just it's a terrible chart. I know they said they fixed their earnings kerfuffle there with their CFO that was lying or whatever, making fake reports, but this is probably a dead company for a long time, just with that happening, because this was the hype. Now that the hype's not over, now the reality is kicking in. And this was probably just a dead cat bounce of covering and into continuation. That's my thoughts on SMCI. Like, you go from $3 to $120. Like, even $36 from $3 is like, is this a 10 bagger like in this amount of time? Hard to say. I don't know. I'm not a fundamental guy, so I don't know what would justify. Looks like their earnings have been pretty consistent. I don't know, maybe different contracts. But yeah, okay, that's about it. As far as I'm concerned, we need to change 4-hour trends. If that's not happening, then everything is bearish. And yeah, that is my lean. I'm a bear until we can get above. Like, I'll play bull names that are at all-time highs, but I'm a bear overall in the market unless we can get back above at least this 597 level. That's a pretty much, that's the bear's line in the sand now, and we are at risk of a overall stock market correction if this turns into a head and shoulders. So caution everybody on what is happening right now. We have a weekly head and shoulders that we could just break down. Like the nothing says we have to hold here. So we have lots of room available to the downside. And this is just early pattern recognition. But if fundamental news crashes us through, then that could happen as well. You need to be ready for all outcomes. All right, thank you very much, and I will see you for pre-market. Bye.